The apology by the Catholic Church's leader, Pope Francis, was a welcomed one on Friday. But the memory of former residential schools like Assiniboia here in Winnipeg still haunt and impact survivors and those they remember. Gerry Shingoose, a survivor of the Muscoequan residential school, reflects on both the physical and emotional abuse she suffered, and while the Pope's words are a step in the right direction, more steps are necessary.
One of a sentence that really captured me was he said that I feel shame and sorrow and shame. So, and then I listened further, and there was it didn't hit home to me. Like it wasn't, I didn't find it very meaningful or genuine.
Grandma Shingoose, as she is often called, focuses on the fact that the Pope will come and see the impacts the Catholic Church still has on the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations people of Canada.
He needs to go see those burial sites, like, walk on those grounds, because he'll certainly feel what we've been feeling as residential school survivors. I went on those grounds and it's very emotional.
Grand Chief Jerry Daniels and Grand Chief Garrison Satie stating in press releases that while the apology is a historical moment, there is still so much more that needs to be done. A sentiment some Manitobans echoed when City News hit the streets for local reactions.
I think it was great that finally happened, and really pleased, and hopefully he will come to Canada and reinforce that with his presence here.
My thoughts are I wish they would do more. It's so easy to apologize for stuff that's been going on way too long, and that's my opinion.
It was time for it to happen too, and I'm really glad it happened, yeah. And I hope it brings some comfort to people, but I think there'll be a lot more that they have to answer for.
And they should, because it destroyed lots of families over the years, and it's still, like my wife and I have taught on a reserve, and we actually saw the aftermath.
Just as many Manitobans agree, Shingoose says the church must put a plan into action in order for meaningful reconciliation.
So he didn't offer any condolences at all to the families or the survivors or the communities that are mourning. Each week we're hearing new numbers, and we're grieving over here. We're mourning over here each time we hear that. And it re-triggers us as survivors.
Over 1,100 graves have been found at former residential schools across the country, and the Pope's physical presence on these grounds will help with reconciliation, says Shingoose. In Winnipeg, Brianne Foley, City News.